Located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. Well, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health, it matters most. So come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word.
Let me take the opportunity to say a very special good morning on this, the 30th day of December 2025. It is indeed the final Tuesday of the year 2025. And let me say welcome aboard to that very unique program, indeed entitled Take 5, our mental health program, all right, where we endeavor to deal with mental health issues, which we see as very, very critical. So indeed, it is very. You realize I'm using the word indeed a lot this morning.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed,
mental
using a
health
lot of
issues.
this morning.
Very, very critical. It's somewhat kind of new thing to us in Grenada here. But, we all realize that sometime at any point, anyone can just cross that very thin line. And as I always say, it is a very thin line that exists between sane and insane. And that is why we give so much deep thought and attention to mental health issues. And that is why this program came into fruition. All right, so we can address the issues of mental health so that our nation can benefit at large. All right, so we are here getting ready to engage you. And of course, this morning program, I don't think we have a particular subject matter dealing with this morning. It's somewhat a year in review. We'll review some of the topics we would have dealt with over the past year. And it's really an open situation today. You can pick up your telephone and call in. You can, vent on anything you like. Maybe something pertaining to the program that you would like to see incorporated, something you would like to advise us that we can improve on. We welcome that as well. So yeah. Claire, you ready there?
I am not sure if I'm ready.
So what is holding you up, Claire?
You see, the files that I'm sending here are kind of huge, but let me see if I could do it from a next one that I could think, because it is showing a few things, but I don't think it's showing what I really want. So I'm going to do it from this one here. So as you said, Jester, we are in the I don't know how, if this is going to work now. You see, I am hoping that it's going to. We are at the end of. Oh, but we didn't get Kenro to pray this
That's
morning
what I'm
as
saying.
yet.
So in a minute,
Where
I
is
was going to
Kenro?
talk.
Kenro, it is after 10, and I know the phone is working. So, um, just if you don't get Kenro, you know what you have to do, right? Right. So go right ahead.
So did you try for Kenro?
Well, she normally calls, and she didn't call this morning, is it? So it's either she her phone is not working or something. Also, it's 8 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock, so we can still
All
go
right.
ahead.
So Heavenly Father, we thank you once again. Thank you so very much, Lord. You're Lord of all, God of all. You caused us to see an entire year for those that have the life in us. And we are so grateful. We are so thankful, God. And so we ask for your continued guidance and protection as we are about to ring in a new year, say goodbye to the old, Father God. And we pray that you will continue to bless us along the way. Help us to achieve that what we would like to achieve. God, we ask you to continue to strengthen the existence of this program and to all the viewers and listeners of it. We ask this through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
I have to go get my cord for the computer because the battery is going down. But continue to speak and say good morning to all the peeps that you normally say good morning to, and I shall be right back.
Yeah, man, talking is what I could at, you know me.
Go right ahead. Talk your life away.
Oh, yes. So let me start off by saying good morning to Gordon Bushes Richardson. I know your dad was laid to rest yesterday in New York City. Yeah, I know what it is like to lose a loved one. It's not just a far relative. Of course, it's your dad. So I ask that the good Lord will continue to guide and protect and console you, you know, on the passing of your dad as he was finally laid to rest yesterday. Once again, bro, special good morning to you and the family. Yeah, your wife Shamin, your children Saski and Sikani. Yeah. Also, good morning to Wayne Ted John. He's on island at the moment. Thank you for visiting. You and the wife. Saw your son as well. It's great having you here. Andy Moose Bartholomew. Alistair Aito Dubois. Yeah. The Glean's family. Mrs. Margaret Glean and family out there in Boston. A very special good morning to you, Mom. I'll definitely give you a call within today and tomorrow, God's will. I will give you a holler. uh, yes, as we come back home now. Good morning to the Hill Street people, the Robinson family, Celia in particular, yeah. What about my boy Cass? I just be at work at the moment. Caris, yes, good morning. Good morning to Claire in Maho. Good morning to Miss Gladys out there in Madays. Good morning to Trisha out there in St. David's. Good morning to Michelle in River Sally. Want to keep the checks and balances on me. Yes. Who else? Who else did I miss out? Don't want to miss that. Oh, Justin. Yeah. My good pal from the States. Yeah. Resides at Mount Rodney Estates. Yeah. In fact, Justin have something for us. He has an idea, Claire. Justin has an idea for us.
He has an idea for us. So
Yeah, and one I think
visit us with his
yeah,
idea.
I did invite him to our show. Um at some point in time. So I believe he will be on our show one of these days.
One of these days in the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
year,
yeah.
hopefully.
I believe it will be pretty early into the new year. Yeah, because he recognizes mental health as something that is very, very critical as well. It's not something to take lightly. So he understands that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
So,
what's up and about for with you?
well, Claire, I would just like to say to our listeners and viewers, well, welcome aboard if you're already there. They remember we have opened the front door for 2025. So we now about to allow it to pass through the back door. And as we get ready to open the front door once again
We're
for
opening back the front door.
2026. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we have a couple of people online. Mary Olivaci, buongiorno, says pleasant morning to CJ and Jester and all viewers and listeners with much love and blessings and God's grace be upon you for the new year. Thank you so much, Olivaci. We have SBW online that says, as the year comes to an end, I wish you great things for 2026. Thank you for the inspirations you provided to your listeners over the year. And that is from Shoma Barbara Wells, as in SBW.
Thank you so very much, Shoma. You know, Shoma is one respected media personnel, man. I've learned so much from Shoma from
Yes.
over the decades, Claire. I've been following Shoma from way back, you know. Way, way, way back, I can
Well,
tell you.
who isn't? Or who wasn't?
I don't know, but I could speak about my experience, you know, and Shoma would have been a very integral person in bringing the life of Carnival from over the decades. And I'll never forget, and I keep wondering why she's not going back to that. Millie
You
is
mean
one
it?
of the classic program of all Carnival programs I would have known from over the day. I cannot stop, excuse me, talking about Millie. Shoma used to bring that life of Carnival, the spirit, true spirit of the Carnival, yeah, into being. And I would always remember those days. I remember her being an MC as well during a lot of Carnival events. She have certainly played that
I
role.
remember the last
Yeah.
carnival that I went to where she started balling, oi, 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 in this kind of way. And I'm like, my God, man. You know the
No.
funny thing, Jester, I've known Shoma before I know Shoma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meaning,
Because my husband and his cousin, TC, them and Shoma used to be kind of close to staying close to each other in wherever they were. So I used to hear about Shama so much that when I met her, I said I already knew who you are because
yeah,
they talked about the time when they had the when they massacred Bishop and them on the fort. You see all the conversations because this used to visit from New York all the time. And they talk about she was going down hot and heavy, and the free she prime minister, so she going down, and the next minute she coming up hot and sweaty. She slept for hours on end. So when I met her, I said, before I know who you
excuse me.
were, I already know who you are because they spoke about her all the time. They had a lot of
Yeah,
fun times
Shoma
together,
is just
and yeah,
Shoma is just Shoma, man.
she is just a special,
Yeah,
special
Shoma is just
individual.
Shoma.
I'm telling you. And she, for someone that has that sort of clout, as they say, she's really, really a down to earth person and a very humble person, and
Oh
that's why
yes,
she's loved by so many because of her
yeah,
humility.
yeah.
And topping it with that, she offers the customer service programs
Program,
every
yeah.
now and again. And I've been to one. Not that I needed customer service, just but but I went to one and it was very, very enlightening. And something that stuck with me from that program, she taught us a lot of things. But something that stuck with me is like the customers pay your check. Because the customers is who pay you at the end of the
Oh yes,
month,
yeah,
at the end of the 2 weeks. And this is something that we all have to remember because sometimes you go to a store or you go somewhere and you ask a question and they answer you rudely or they just stare at you and something like that. And in your mind, if I didn't come to your store, you wouldn't have money at the end of the month. The owner of the store wouldn't have money at the end of the month to pay you to give me rudeness. You understand?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you go, whether it's at Grand Lake or now or so. So we all are the customers, and we are the ones that pay your
That's
salary
understood.
at the end of the month. So if anyone knows that she's going, that she's having another customer service program or session, and you're in a position to send your workers, one or two, do that, because the benefits will outweigh what it is, the money that you're trying to save.
Well, I got a pinch of yesterday morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I was listening to Real FM, and then Andre kind of took her by surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, and same with the customer relation matter. And and that's how versatile she was, because she wasn't prepared.
No.
And then yeah, and she did well, in delivering.
So, yes. So, let me say, I normally do say good morning to my peeps, and they must be thinking, well, she deserted me this morning. Let me start off by saying good morning to Faithlin Hallie Douglas. I know it is cold out there in the Big Apple, but enjoy, because you've been there by yourself. Nobody sent you there, so enjoy. Good morning to Bernadette Abraham, another one in another cold state in the United States of America. Boston is cold. Good morning to Daphne Date and family out there in Toronto, the Hill Street people, the Glen family. Olavachi already said good morning to you. Mary out there in Toronto. Lorna Bain. Junior up there in the Grandy Town on the Heights. Good morning to Mr. Nicholas Snag. Kenner, good morning. Good morning to Bandy, Chester, David. Hope all is well. Pat Pear and family, good morning to you. William Pear and Hubby Pear. Good morning to Natalie Nobody out there in the lane. Kathleen Ledlow, good morning to you. Royal Charles Alexander, hope you're feeling better because she's under the weather.
Uh-oh.
Joycelyn Noel, good morning to you also. Antonia Francois, good morning to the university under the cashew tree. Good morning to Anne Bernard and Radio Man. Aito, Bushes, Chubby. Good morning to Pat Augustine Belford. Sherry Ann in Maryland. Wendy out there in Toronto. Carol Belford, also in Toronto. Bernard Leslie, good morning to you. And let me say good morning to my dear friend, the assistant dean, who you were hanging out with last night. His name is Ted. Good morning to you. Hope all is well, and hope that you're enjoying Spice Country to the max.
Oh yes. And whenever those guys are here, man, they're home.
Yes, home.
It's just because of certain conditions. Really, a lot of them out there, but really the heart is right here
right
on
in
this piece
Spice,
of rock.
Yes, in Spice
called
Country.
Grenada.
Yes. So you have nothing to talk about this morning that is interesting for us, or you have something to talk about?
As we said, this morning we are
We are
going with
freestyling.
we're going with the flow this
Yes.
morning, man.
And
And we encourage as much listeners as possible to please call in for whatever reason. You might even believe it is insignificant. Don't even think that. Whatever you decide to call and talk about, we view it as very, very much valuable.
Well,
So
we are going to give them a bit of food for thought this morning with the program, and all they have to do is to make the contribution. Lorna Bain has checked in. She says, good morning to the Take 5 family. Have a great Tuesday. Thank you so much, Lorna, and we are hoping to hear from you. So let me see if we can start this. Just as we know, we are starting with the end of 2025. I tried to do the year in review. My system was giving me a bit of a trouble. I got to October, so I'm going to do the end of October, November, December on my phone if it's going to let me. Yes, but I've slaved all night. All night.
that must have been tedious.
It was.
You know why? Because that wasn't the original plan.
No, but you know me,
That's
how my
right.
brain go fast sometimes. My brain overthink my goodness. So I decided let's do it this way, and here we are. So we have January this morning. And what at the end of the year, Jester, what is it that everybody's go for when January ends? Christmas finish, New Year's finish, New Year's they come, what is it that they go for after that?
What they go for?
Mm-hmm. It started new. Yes.
Resolution?
There you go.
I almost did not remember it because you see, I'm not
You're not
somebody
part of
like that.
that.
No, 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 no.
No. They go for the New Year's resolution. So let's see if we can get January started. Let me see. As we come to the end of 2025, let's take a look back at some of the topics we discussed that may have impacted us mentally. In January, we spoke about New Year's resolution and why it set us up to fail. Research shows that goals are likely to succeed when they are specific and measurable. Successful people approach failure as feedback, not the end. Every January, millions of people create New Year's resolutions with the hope of transforming their lives. This is the year I'll lose weight. I'll finally save money. I'll learn to set healthier boundaries. These intentions reflect our desire for self improvement. But here's the uncomfortable truth: most of these resolutions won't last until February. Research shows that about 80% of people abandon their resolutions within the month. If you find yourself in this cycle year after year, you are not alone. Resolutions often set us up to fail, not because we are weak, but because the concept itself is flawed. Fortunately, there are alternative things you can do to set yourself up for success in the coming year. So as we come to the end of 2020. So this is January resolutions. And everybody except me and maybe you and a few others, Lorna, we do not make New Year's resolution because as you see, it sets up us for failure. And I know, and you know, and a lot of us in this world know that comes January 1st or the 2nd of January, the gyms are filled with people because they have to lose 10 pounds, they have to lose 20 pounds, and the first 2 weeks they're going at it gong ho. And come like the end of January, even the third week in January into February, the gym is still collecting your money, but your body is not present. So, as it says, it sets us up for failure. We can do other things to lose the same amount of weight that we want to go lose in the gym in January and save that money by finding yourself in a park or beating the pavement that is free, joining with others to walk or do something. You will get the same result or even better result, because if you're walking with other people, chances are you will keep up to your resolution, non-resolution.
Well, the thing is, Claire, excuse me, whatever you have to achieve, it's a discipline. It really is a discipline, right? And some people, in making resolution, they become rather, well, I would say over ambitious. Yeah, rather over ambitious, in my opinion. And it doesn't work that way. Um, a baby didn't just born and then walk. you know,
That's true. That's true.
you know, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't happen that way. Yes, you might want to do certain things different. I do agree. You want to have a different mindset. It's all well and good. But I would always remember, I never forget this, and I always, not the first time you hear me say it, not the second, the word habit.
But you still have it.
When you take out the H in it, you're left with a beat. When you take out the A, you're left with beat. And when you take out the B, you're still left with it.
Yes.
So sometimes you'll be embroiled in such habit. And it's not that easy, to just get out of it just like that, especially if you did not start small of trying to get away from certain things. So that's why I say some people make some over ambitious kind of try to achieve in whenever a new year is coming around, you know. So you have to be careful about that. That's why I don't make no resolutions. That is not part of it.
That's not part of your repertoire at all.
No, not at all.
You have started working out going from last week. You said that you would. Have you continued, or did you keep up?
Yeah, I did continue, but not as consistent as I would have liked to yet, because kinda because I had to, because J1's program with the school started off again, so I had to carry him down to the breakwater,
Oh, okay.
so that kind of, so after this week, But I will continue. I definitely will continue. But I'll be more consistent as of next week, please God.
Okay.
That I can assure you of.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is New Year's resolution. And the number to call us here is 404-1189. It's a free Monday because we are talking about we are recapping some of the things that we discussed for the year 2025, and hopefully that by 2026 you'll have a different outlook on how things impact you mentally so that you can make the changes for the good. So we are still in January, and in January we talk about parents that has children and who is their favorite. So let's go with that.
That's. I believe
Is
it's.
having a favorite child really a bad thing? Although it may be uncomfortable to admit, many parents play favorites among their children. Is that bad parenting? Having a favorite child can impact others mentally in several ways. One, feeling of rejection and mistrust. Other children may feel rejected and mistrust their parents if they perceive favoritism. Two, seeking support outside the home. Non favorite children may seek support from external sources and become dependent as adults. 3. Development of bad behavior. Non favorite children may exhibit bad behavior to gain attention. 4. Low self esteem and inability to compete. Knowing that the parents somewhat neglect them can lead to low self esteem and an inability to compete. Is having a favorite child. So this is when a parent has two or three or four children, and she says, I love my children, all my children equally. But studies has shown, or research has shown that this is not true. The majority of parents do have a favorite child in that whole family mix. And when they show or they display that affection for that one child, it can have a detrimental effect mentally on the rest of those children. Because they will feel that, Jester gets away with everything, and Claire has to fight along, or Joannie has to think, well, my mom or my dad do not like me. So it is very important that we as parents do treat all our children the same way. Even though you have a favorite among the children, do not show that you have that favorite child.
Yeah, I do agree. That could create some real problems for you as the parent. It can cause resentment from some of the children towards you as the parent. So you have to be very careful. But I do agree that even if some parents say that they love all the children equally, I tend to agree that they may tend to favor one.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, but the problem, or what should not be, I should say, you should not display such that it's glowing, that you can see that bias from you towards that child, and that's where the problem really comes along if that happens by some parent.
So, what about a parent that has one child?
Well, of course, if a parent has one child, then remember they have a choice. They will shower everything upon that child.
And I just say that that's not true.
But who else?
Because there are parents that have a single child, whether a boy or a girl, and it depends on the circumstances on which they got pregnant. They really and truly do not like that child. They do not shower them with anything but criticism right through because they did not get a child in love.
Yeah, well, except it's a case under rape conditions,
Right.
so I probably might.
Or they had a husband and the
that.
husband left them pregnant and the child he's not present in the child life, so they punish the child for that.
Yeah,
But
but that
most
shouldn't
parents, yes. But most parents do have love for their children, and some have a little more love for one child in that thing. So we're heading into the next month, which is February. Let's see what it says. Let's continue with February. No, we don't want to continue with February. I want February first.
Let's take a glimpse at the short month of February. 12 signs you have no self respect as a woman. While working with individuals from various backgrounds and helping them navigate the complexities of their relationship, one recurring theme that often arises is the concept of self respect. Self respect is a vital aspect of personal well being and plays a crucial role in healthy and fulfilling relationships. Unfortunately, many individuals, both men and women, struggle with maintaining a healthy level of self respect. As a woman, having self respect is crucial for our overall well being and happiness. It influences how we view ourselves, how we allow others to treat us, and the choices we make in our relationships. However, many women struggle with maintaining a healthy level of self respect. When we do not have self respect, we lose our personal power in relationships. Instead of thinking about what's good for you, identifying your needs or healthy boundaries, you abandon yourself and focus on your partner extensively. This kind of dynamic puts a strain on relationships.
So, you get it? Self respect. We talk about that all the time, Jester. Self respect. And it's especially women. As you always say, that you see some women out there these days and you wonder what the heck is going on with them. Like they lose all touch of morality, of everything. And it reflects badly on all of us as women. Although most of us, 99.9% of us, do not do the things that maybe the 1% does. But when you say women, it encompasses everybody. So that's why sometimes I feel bad being a woman. I'm telling you the honest truth because when you hear people or men talks about some women, the things they say, it sort of makes you say, I am not doing that. So why do I have to be in the same category as the person that is not respecting themselves?
Yeah, that is quite true. And even it's amazing the kind of things you hear some women are involved in doing nowadays. Not that it wasn't happening long ago, but I believe it becomes more prevalent nowadays. It's more popular doing from women, and it's some of the things are not nice at all. So for example, yesterday I was in a conversation with a lady in a shop, and she was saying that especially like men that visits um come to Grenada, and well, when them guys come down here, they look for a fling, as you might see. It might end up a one night stand, and she was saying that the man was saying that like a few of them, as soon as you start to talk to them, is like it's just about money, or you'll hear they saying that they have a problem with the washing machine in the house. He had to get fixed and everything on money. So
Yes, yes.
the guy was saying from the time they start with that, he just blocked them one time.
And it's a sad thing, though. It is a
Yeah,
very, very sad thing.
it is so sad. It,
Because
it's
it's been said that when an artist come to Grenada to perform a show, or artists come to Grenada to perform shows, the women, they have a man for the fingernails, one for the hair, one for the outfit, one for the ticket. The person that invites them to go to the show with them may end up spending $1,000 for that date. And each one that buys, that one that pays for the nail, oh, you're gonna take me tonight. Oh, sure. The hair, sure. And when the time comes, no one of them sees the individual. No, I mean, somebody, a guy told me that personally. No one of them sees the individual because too many of them
oh my
to
gosh,
be.
that is really sad.
But it is true. They even talk
But it's
about
happening. It's
it
happening.
is happening. You talk about those that the job that they're doing can't afford them to buy a car, but they have a car. And guess who is paying for that car? The bodies. So
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
it is imperative, and this didn't come up by guess when you're doing the year in review, because it's something that is happening every live long day in our lives, and hopefully by doing the year in review, people that didn't get to be on Facebook and seeing it or hearing it before, they might be able to talk to someone that they know that is doing such things in their life. You know, somebody call 404-1189. I'm not sure if my phone is working. It looks as though it's working. It shows that it has internet and everything. Just so you want to call us and
Yeah,
see.
I'll call and see.
Call us and see if our phone is working, because I'm not playing that game with you today at all, at all, at all.
Yeah, Claire, but going back to this, the way ladies conduct themselves these days. I mean, ladies supposed to be virtuous. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just when you look at the amount of ladies that smokes,
Drinks
drinks these
and behave
days, and
badly.
you know, and then some of them they see somebody, give me a $5.
That's true.
But
Give you
you know,
$5. Yes.
it's just not
But the thing is,
ladylike.
they're asking
You
for
know,
what they want, but it's
I
in the
hate
fashion
it,
they do
hate it,
ask.
hate it.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
What happened? Your phone not working too?
the good time I was speaking while I was
Oh, you
putting in the
cannot
call there.
multitask.
What do you mean I can
Well, you
multitask?
should have
But
called while
it
you're
take your time.
speaking.
Well,
Okay. So wait, you didn't wait for me to answer
no,
it.
well, why answer it, Clay?
It but okay, all right, all right.
I thought it wasn't like ringing at all.
Well, it rang in.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so you really a turn off and thinking should for a lot for some men that you just that you don't even get to know somebody else, somebody yet, but you're quick to approach them on a money issue. You just you a turn off for a lot of men.
It
So
is.
as I tell the lady in the shop, I say I could understand why the man would just want to block that person away one time.
But you see, the thing is, you know, you as a man talking, I'm a woman, I'm talking about it, right? And you as a man, you're talking about, but you're talking about it with more disgust than I am.
Well, of course.
Because, I mean, it's, they might tell me, might bring me down now. But there's somebody, if they're blocking your way, in a sense that you might see somebody that you like as a woman, and tell yourself, you know what, I like this girl, and I'm going to see if we can build a relationship. And the moment you go and you open your mouth and you say, hey, how you doing? Oh, you know, my washing machine need fixing. Oh, I need a cylinder of gas. So I need
Yeah.
this and I need that. That will turn you
Tell
off
me if
more
that's
than
not a real turn off.
it is. I mean, it is. It is a turn off.
Yeah.
So I could understand why a lot of men are saying, you know, somebody wrote it goes both ways. So you're saying that the man does that too? Come on, call me, call me. I need to hear the voice. I don't want to know how it goes in two ways. I want to know which ways it goes in two ways. The number to call is 404-1189. And yes, Jester, there are men that uses women
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
their,
yeah, yeah. I would not dispute that it goes both ways at all. I certainly wouldn't.
there are men that
Yeah.
does that, and there are women that are stupid like some of us that knows that they're being used, and because of the name of the word love, they think that they're doing good for the person. But you know, it is amazing. I don't know what to say anymore, because I'm talking about the women, we that lose our self respect, and the person says it goes both ways. Yes, but we're talking about us. I'm talking about us, the women that disrespect ourselves by doing all these heinous things that we are not supposed to do. We weren't grown up that way. They didn't bring us up to be that kind of persons that we're being right now.
I believe the men are doing it, but they will take a little more time before they try to get to probably what they want along those lines.
You met
Well, I believe the lady more up front.
You met
Yeah.
all men?
Huh?
You met all men?
If I met all men?
Mm-hmm.
No, I
There
just
are
tell you.
men
I
that-
just tell you what I believe.
Oh, that's what you
happened.
believe. But
I
there are
just what
men
I
that
believe.
just
It's
go
just my
gung ho.
opinion.
They see that they want
Yeah.
and they go for it. It's like some men will see some women, and I'm speaking from not from experience. I'm speaking from conversations that I have with men, and they'll say to me, "Let me say, Claire, if I see a woman that I want, I'm not going to beat around the bushes. I'm telling her this is what I want, straight up."
Yeah, well, why not?
And then it depends on we women. to say I am not selling myself that short or that cheap for you to come to me and tell me this and for me to do it. You understand?
Yeah.
And some of us might be desperate. We're thinking that we need a man in our lives to make us feel like a woman. According to Shania Twain, you want to feel like a woman, so you will take on anything, but that ain't true, and you should not do that. Have some decorum, have some moral, have something so that, okay, let me see. Only one thing men want from a woman: sex. So when women state the case, ASAP, as soon as possible.
What is that?
Ah,
Let me.
I like my people. It's either you're in or you are out. As it says, one thing men want from women, especially the men that it's not your husband or so, or you're not the wife, or you're not a girlfriend, you're not the significant other. It's one thing, in or out. And she's right. She's totally right. So, women, as we talked about that, have some self respect. Think about your life and think about if you have a daughter or you have a sister or somebody and you've been through this in your life, you do not want your children to go through the same thing. So teach them respect by you having respect for yourself. So we are going into the this. Should we take a commercial break or just go to match and after match we take the break?
Let's take the break, man.
You want to take the break? Hmm.
Yeah,
So
let's
we'll
take
take
the
a
break.
quick break and then we'll go into the month of March. My beautiful month. Let's talk about that.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take five, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. We'll take five with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure.
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belfon and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're opened Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418
Welcome to Take 5,
1845.
your mental health
Sugar's
program
Repair Services.
with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take five, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. We'll take five with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon.
And we are back. And let me tell you something, Jester. Every time I hear this song, I just want to I just want to. I just want to groove. I want to boogie. It is such a beautiful song.
Claire, look in the corner here. I mean,
Oh, it's smoothie this morning?
how can you
Yeah,
do me
not
that?
smoothie this morning. I gave you the last smoothie last week. You talk about you don't like it. It's tart. It's tang. You're gonna
So
get, you're,
just
gonna- you're,
because I'm
you're,
saying,
you're gonna get one afterwards. You saw I had a tedious job of doing this,
okay,
right? I didn't even
I
have
understand.
breakfast this morning. If you
I
hear my
under-
stomach rumbling, it's because
I
I'm hungry.
understand. I understand.
So if you don't want to understand, that is your
I
business.
empathize with your
You
situation.
do?
Really, I do empathize with your situation.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Mary Intio has checked in. It says, "Good morning, CJ and Jester. Happy Tuesday to everyone from a snowy morning in Toronto." I know, I feel so sad. But Mary, for the past couple of days, it was rain galore here in Spice Country. This morning we had some too, Jester. We had some rain this morning.
Yeah,
And
this morning.
but I think the plant needs it, and everywhere my grass is going to be growing, and I have to cut it by next week again. But everywhere is just looking fresh, and it's not rain that it floods everywhere. It just takes its time, and it just soaks in the weather, the soil, and stuff like that.
Well, Clay, what I am not hoping for
Uh-huh.
is like a few years back when we had quite a lot of rain in the first quarter of the year, and a number of sporting activities was
Cancelled, yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's hope for the best. That's all we can do. So now we are heading into the month of March. Let's see what March has to say. Let's tiptoe into March and answer this question. Why am I not happy? Here are some negative habits that prevent happiness. Hey, my friend, if you were to ask most people what they want most out of life, the answer would be to be happy. Simple enough goal, right? But for whatever reason, happiness is elusive to most people. For whatever reason, they simply don't allow their lives to be bask in happiness. In our diverse world, where everyone wants to stand out from the crowd and has their own opinions just about everything, there is a rather universal idea we all, regardless of age, race, location, gender, embrace. We all want to be happy. We want to feel that we matter, are loved, appreciated, problem free, carefree, and financially secure. And this has become one of the most obsessive quests of our society, to be happy at all costs, by all means. Happiness has undisputed benefits, supported by countless studies to about pretty much everything in our lives, from our mental or physical state to careers, relationships, finances. Now, here's the thing. Nobody consciously chooses to be unhappy. You can cause yourself a lot of misery by engaging in negative mental habits. The outcome we experience in life are often the result of our habits. Eliminating these counterproductive habits from your life, my life, is the first step to experiencing true happiness. And that's it in a nutshell. Who of us, Jester, that is living on this planet that is not craving some form of happiness? It is a very elusive thing, happiness, because most of us, I think we create our own unhappiness because we may want things that we cannot achieve. We may want people in our lives that we cannot have. We may want money, that things that is going to make us happy, and all of these things. But there are certain things in our lives that we can change so that we can get a modicum of happiness.
Well, for me, happiness starts with you as the individual,
Correct.
and I see it as a state of mind. So that first part of it depends upon you and you, right? Only. So it starts with you.
That's for sure.
Happiness don't just appear from outside to make you happy. It must first start with you as the individual. All
That's
right,
true.
and people have to understand that. And I just say quite rightly so. Some people put themselves in a state of unhappiness just the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
so correct about that. Depending on what you do, the choices you make as an individual, you have to understand that quite clearly. That is self-explanatory, you know. Yeah,
And I always believe, as you say, no one, no one but you can make you happy.
yeah.
Others can enhance
Fancy.
your
Yeah,
happiness, but in a nutshell, you are the one that is responsible for your happiness. Because if you're going around every day moping, crying, woe is me, the world is not doing this for me, or I'm not getting that, you are putting yourself in a state of unhappiness because the things that you are craving, you cannot achieve it. And even though somebody put it in front of you, because you are so negative towards your own happiness, you still cannot see what is flashing in front of your very eyes.
yeah.
So we need to take the time, the energy, and everything that is us, make you happy, make me happy, because it is our individuality that can create the happiness. You just always say to me, "Oh, you inside that house did this, that, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
blah, blah,
shit.
blah." But have you ever heard me say to you, Jester, I am so unhappy in my life? Have you ever?
No, no, no. I've never heard you say that. Even if, or who knows, even if you're, maybe some people just be unhappy and they don't say it, you know.
No, you know me. It coming out. I chose, honestly, I chose in my life not to let anything bother me to the sense that I lose my joy, lose my peace, and lose my
Yeah,
happiness.
well, that's a good way. That's really a good
No,
way of dealing with
honestly.
things.
And, I laugh and I laugh. And I laugh because I am free to do it. I'm happy in myself, within myself, so I can bring out all the positivity in me.
I do laugh a lot too.
Yes, I know. And if there are people around me that want to chain me down to my happiness, then it's hasta la vista, see you later, gone. So I'm gone because I like the place that I am, in the happy moment that I am.
But Claire, the thing about me, I don't just laugh, but my way of laughing, as a matter of fact, a lot of people just be attracted to my way of laughing. In fact,
Why?
they usually be stunned, because when
Yes,
I laugh, I don't laugh for really long.
I know. You don't have to tell me across the seas or
Some
shark.
people just
When
wonder,
she heard you laughing.
what's going on with that?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know.
But I can't help it, man. Trust me,
No,
I just
I
can't
mean,
help
if you're
it.
happy, you're happy.
Just
I
can't
mean,
help
when
it.
you're laughing, you got to do the gun wrenching laugh. That
Yeah.
they says when you laugh deep and you laugh like that, it exercises the muscles and the valves around your heart. So chances are you will never suffer from a heart
But some
attack.
people laugh quite differently. You ever listen to Mr. Pierre laugh? Francis,
No,
he laughs with no emotions.
well, he's emotionless. That's it. He just laughs. He just like go ha ha ha. I
And
guess.
it amazes me the way Mr. Pierre laughs. I like to, as a matter of fact, I like to hear him laugh, because
Okay.
he laughs with no emotions. And whereas for he's enjoying the laugh just as how we
Of
do
course,
enjoy.
yes. According to people, you're laughing in a backyard way like me.
Yeah.
I just let out everything when I'm laughing.
No,
So
no.
so that's it.
No, but funny enough, right? From some people's laugh, other people it make other people laugh. I
Of
remember
course.
this is Abson.
Mm-hmm.
Abson had a very unique way of laughing.
Mm.
He was almost laughing in a way like he's stifling.
Oh, like he doesn't want to let it out. I see.
Like a baby crying in a way.
Okay.
So while absent, because a lot of during the back then, a lot of guys used to be done by CJ. Speaking about guys like Tao, Trini, Bethy, absent, absent laughing, absent making other people around laugh
So
while
he
he's
becomes he
laughing.
becomes a joke. He's
I
laughing
tell
at the joke,
you,
but he becomes the
yeah,
joke. I got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. So yes. So this is that's one thing that we as individuals are responsible for. Our own happiness. So we're still going into March. We're saying what the other one has to say about March. Let's go. Continuing into March. What is the role of a father, husband, a man, and how does it affect the lives of the family positively or negatively? The role of a man in life is to be a provider and a protector. A man is the head of the household and is responsible for making sure that his family has what they need to live a comfortable life. A husband and father play an essential role in a family. They're responsible for providing the family financially and emotionally. It can be tricky navigating all of the responsibilities of being a husband and father. Still, it is important to remember that your family needs you and relies on you. Those times when you used to date multiple women are now in the past. Know that you're a one woman man. Your priorities have changed and you now have a family to think about. Your wife is your best friend and confidant. She's the one person who knows you better than anyone else. So you need to be there for her when she needs you. Be supportive and understanding, especially when she's having a tough time. Your children are your life. They're innocent and need your guidance to grow into responsible adults. Show them what it means to be a good father and husband. Anything less is pure waste. There you go. So, Jester, here's the question. Are you a good father?
I am a good father.
I just asked you, no, don't take
I'm telling you, and I express it to you, and you know I'm a good father. So you ask that question in the interest of your listeners and viewers.
Yes. Go tell them how good you are as a father.
Well,
what you do.
Maybe you should tell them.
No,
Because,
me? I don't know.
maybe I don't want to blow my own trumpet.
Well, blow it. I give you permission, blow.
Well, the reason why I can say that, I've always been an integral part of my children's development.
Mm-hmm.
Make no bones about that. From child number 1 to child number 3.
Okay.
All right. Kira did not have too much of it because she migrated to the United States at age 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But while she was here, I did all within my capacity. Played my role as a father. No exception for my firstborn, Jadel. As a matter of fact, I remember I used to be going to all them PTA meetings from since preschool because I took Jadel to live with me since he had 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was living with me. So all that responsibility was upon my shoulders. Yeah,
Okay.
and I never really crumbled under it. And today, same thing with Giovanni. So, what more do I need to see?
You have to tell me how you become the good father, that's all. You can say you're a good father, not me. I ask you a question.
Hearing all of that starts proving it.
I gotta give you this. I know you're very passionate about your children and all that jazz. Now there are those out there called man, husband, whatever male form, that do not take that responsibility seriously also. You're one maybe of the good ones that are in the life of your children. But what about the fathers that are just donors? They claim, oh, I'm a father, I have children, but do they do anything to make that child feel secure? To make them feel that, okay, I am doing this because it is my responsibility. I am present in the life of my children. There are fathers that gives financial support, they give whatever else support, but to be present, which is what a child really need, that's missing. How can we, and you just as a father, put it out there what a real father, a true father, or loving father should do and be for their child?
Well, first of all, they must maintain that sort of communication with the child. You have in some instances whereby the child may not be living with the father. So, in other words, the mother and father, they are not living together.
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of situations like that. But they must always maintain that sort of relationship with the child. If the child is too young, well, I shouldn't say too young because regardless to what, so even if it's the child is like 8 months, 11 months, he should find himself around at some point in time to raise his baby. When I say took the baby, give him he or she a little walk around. So that presence must be there, and that level of communication and financial support must always be there for that child.
Right.
In other words, so in other words, as the child continues to grow, right, you maintain that sort of relationship so that it would never be lost. And children are not stupid, right? You understand? Even if they find that the mother might be giving you a hard time as the dad, but they would realize that you're there for them as their dad. You know, in every regard, right? They show concern towards your school, right? They want clothes, right? Take care of the school fees or whatever the case may be, right? You show that support, you maintain them. The child would always have that kind of love for you that even you as the mother may try to destroy would not be able to.
Okay. So fathers out there, this is coming from a father.
Yeah.
So take note. That's what we are doing here in review so that we can recap some of the things that happens in the lives of us as women, us as men, and our children. So now we are going into the month of April. We now head into the month of spring, April, and how to discover yourself after losing your identity. When you don't know who you are anymore, losing your identity. Have you ever felt like you completely lost your identity? Like you have no idea what you want out of your life? Like everything is falling apart and you have no idea who you even are anymore? Something as simple as deciding what you want for dinner suddenly feels like a monumental decision to make because you don't even know what types of food you like in the first place. Or when you're asked who your favorite band is, or color, or dream car, and you sit there with a blank expression on your face because you literally have no idea what your favorite of anything is anymore. The thing that once made you, you have seemingly gone missing. So, here are some points that you can do to get your identity back. What happened there? My thing went missing?
Did it?
Yeah, I did.
Or you paused there?
No, I didn't pause. Work on remembering who you truly are, but also identifying what it is that drives you and gives your life meaning. Take pride in those that you help. You have given so much of yourself to others, and you should acknowledge that and be proud of yourself. Serving others is never a mistake, but you need to remember to also serve yourself moving forward. Realize that your needs matter. Your needs, your needs are just as important as anyone else. You need to feel safe, secure, and restored. And the better you care for yourself, the better you can care for others. Give yourself time, patience, and understanding. It may take a while to rediscover yourself, and that's okay. Be patient and understanding with yourself as you figure out what it is that you need out of life in order to be happy. Sit in a quiet and peaceful place. Sit in a quiet and peaceful place and picture your ideal life. What kind of person are you? What do you see yourself doing? Be open and honest. It is important to discuss your feelings of losing your identity openly and honestly with those close to you. Listen carefully to the suggestion they provide. Oftentimes, others see clearly the thing that we cannot see in ourselves. Set small, attainable goals. The best way to rediscover yourself And building life you desire is to set small attainable goals that can help you get there. What simple thing can do is what simple thing can you do today that will make a difference this week, this month? Eliminate what is holding you back. You may be filled with doubts, fears, and concerns that are holding you back. It is okay to experience these feelings temporarily, but then you need to make the decision to be courageous and move past them. Walk away from toxic energy. Now is the time to walk away from the toxic energy of people who don't support you. There are plenty of people who want you to live your best life, and your focus should be on them alone. Surround yourself with the things that inspire you. Read or listen to anything that inspires you to be your best self and to make your goals a priority. Enjoy the positive energy that fills you when you feel inspired and use it to create the life you want. My hope is that you find these 10 steps to be useful. So that's it. So it's showing here that we, you, me, everybody, we could rediscover ourselves when we find it in situations that is not pleasant to us. So I know Lorna and everybody else is out there listening, and you can really and truly um, call on any of these topics that we're talking to, because I know, Lorna, you do your studies and your thing. And this, like, that was, as I said, was a short, something that came into my head, and I said, we shall do our year in review so that, people know what we spoke about in the months that we talked and talked and talked on the program. I think just my camera froze.
Hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah. So I have to do a transition here and see if I can get it to come back. Okay, so guest cam. Let's see. Activate, deactivate, activate. Okay. And yeah, we are back. So see, my son taught me these things, so it's really, really, really good. So here, um, when we I don't even know how to go about this, because just there are a lot of us that really lose ourselves. We have no way. Everything we do, it's like it's not making us the person that we want to be.
Yeah, that usually comes along with like disappointments.
It does.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
somewhat certain things happen in a kind of disappointing way for you, and then you find you kind of drop yourself a bit. Yeah. But then the thing about it, right? As for me, how I handle these situations and them, because clear, as I tell you, I am not the type that pick up my Bible and go to church on a weekend. But I maintain a very high level of spirituality with the Most High, and that make no bones about that. I will be the most bothered soul if I rise in the morning and I did not go down on my knees and relate to the Master. This is no joke,
Okay.
and I do that when I get out from bed. First thing that I'll do is that, and the last thing I'll do before I go to bed.
Right.
Right? That is religious, so on a daily basis. So sometimes when things do happen, I usually tell myself that it's just a way that the Almighty might just be testing your faith in Him, right? I usually tell myself that, and you cannot afford to, lessen on your faith. What I do, I deepen it.
Okay.
That's how I deal with my situations, right? Whatever happens, you can't change what happened, right? But when you deepen your faith in Him, right, He still gives you the guidance as to how to deal with it.
Okay.
And as a man from before, the other men out there, you're growing up. You see, I have read books like from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela. So I certain philosophies that are instilled in me as a result of the portrayal from these great men all helped me to deal with certain situations. Because you hear me say already, Claire, because of my philosophy, there once I believe in certain things, I will rather die before I succumb to certain things. And
Okay.
this is no joke, and that comes from the inspiration from men like Nelson Mandela, yeah,
I see.
Martin Luther King,
You have a
yeah,
dream.
you know. So that's why I usually deal with my disappointment, take it to the Lord.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the
serious.
best place to take it.
Yeah,
Because sometimes wherever you are, things happen to you and you don't know where to turn. And even though you tell someone, the person may not be able to help you with what you're doing. But you said these things come from disappointment when you don't know where to turn. But have you disappointed many people in your life that you think that causing them not to find themselves, or when you don't know how to discover yourself?
disappoint them. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no
What you
because you
say,
just never,
maybe?
you just never know. Maybe sometimes people don't always get what they expect from you. So
Okay.
who knows? They might feel disappointed, but you at the same time you have an obligation to yourself.
Right.
You understand?
Right. So
So
also let me ask you the next question. If you're in a relationship, to a situationship, and I am in the relationship with you, and then you meet Peggy, and then you and Peggy in that relationship, and I get to know that you and Peggy in that relationship, do you think that I would just be so disappointed that I lose myself not getting back there to where I want to be,
you
where I
think
was
why are you
before?
asking if you think you should lose yourself?
And no, I didn't ask you if I should lose me. I
Why
lost myself.
you lost yourself?
Yes,
Or,
because of
or
you.
why
So
should you
answer me that question.
why should you lose yourself?
Because maybe how I place my emotions on you in the relationship that I am in, that I lose myself because I realize now that, hey, there's no exclusivity with me here. I'm just, on the side by there, just. So, so this is a lot of things that people lose themselves too.
I don't think you should lose yourself early.
You
Actually,
don't think,
no, I
but you're
don't
not the
think.
one
I'm
that
just
is
saying.
going through
But
the losing.
I'm just saying.
But you're the one
I'm
that
just saying.
losing, not you. You okay. Me, I'm the
I'm
one
just
that's
saying.
lost. So
I'm
then
just
I
saying.
lose myself because I tell myself that things are okay within Jester and I. And I'm in a place where I feel good about myself. I feel good about the relationship. And boom, I catch myself I ain't doing nothing. I ain't even there not no way. So
No, but I still maintain that I don't think it's a case where you should lose yourself. As a
but you
matter of fact,
cannot
I
tell me
believe
how to feel. What if it makes me
is
mentally what if it makes me mentally disabled? You tell me, you answer me that. Answer that.
mentally disabled.
Yes. I'm not mentally able to deal with what it is that it shocked me, like you're no longer in the picture with Jester. So I become mentally disabled, so I cannot rediscover myself. So we have to think a lot about that now, because you are the doer, I'm the no, you are the doer and I'm the doing. I get done. You understand?
What kind of explanation is that? Oh gosh, me. What is that? No, well,
You
I
understand
believe
where I'm coming from though?
it's a matter of probably
Tell me.
you and the person sit down and reason, find out what's what, how that happened like that. There may
Well,
a
what happened
number
if
of,
there's no reasoning?
there may be a number of reasons. You know what I'm saying?
So then I shouldn't lose myself because of that. Is that what you're saying? Emotionally, I shouldn't lose myself.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Okay. But ladies, a little calling me and give me some support here, because you see we shouldn't lose ourselves. I need
No,
I need I need help. Somebody help. Yes. Because these are the things, Jester, that makes a lot of women and men cannot recover from the shock that they've been through. We hear about people dying by suicide. And a lot of it is not because stress that they don't have money or anything. They do it because they lost the love that they think they had bottled. They lost that togetherness. They lost that important thing to them. And for that reason, they become that they cannot rediscover themselves from what they've been through. So, you know, you all might, you men or women, whoever does it, may think that, I'm moving on and whatever Claire wants to think, that's Claire's business. Let Claire feel the way of Claire. But I cannot just rediscover myself from that blow. You understand? Because not everybody that is made of metal and still like me.
I agree.
You understand?
I do agree, but I still believe they should try hard and not really lose themselves. Maybe reason with it, try to find out why it happened like that.
Okay.
I just think
You-
that might be the best way to approach
Okay.
the situation.
You have a good point, reason, and try to find out why it happened like that. But what if the sucker don't want to talk to you? She or she not gonna reason with you and say, well, this is what caused it or this is what. Why did they don't want that? So you are left in limbo. So how are you going to rediscover yourself when you have no chance of talking to that person or anything? Really think about it.
Well, you see, the thing is, people have to set certain gauge for themselves
You mean
in life.
disappointment
understand?
gauge?
Well, of course.
Oh.
You just never know.
So that is
You know
what
I'm
it
saying?
is. We should
Something-
set
because look at what it is.
disappointments.
Because look what you just asked a while ago.
Did you tell me you're going to disappoint me when you started coming around me? Did you tell me it's going to end up in a disappointment? You answer that question for me. Did you tell me,
No.
Claire, so at some point in that relationship, I am going to disappoint you. So if you told me that, right now I'm setting up on my walls, I'm waiting for disappointment, but if you didn't tell me that and you disappoint me, what you expect me to react?
Let's stop it. You don't just drop from the sky at that size and age.
Who says so? Who says so?
Wait a minute.
I am being the devil advocate for the people.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Broken promises. You're right, my girl. Broken promises. Yeah. That's what you all do. Break people the promise that you made. Oh, I'm going to love you forever. Or I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. And when the next dress come around and the dress look better than what you have, you move along. You're going to give me a break. Let's move on.
Let's look at this thing from a humanitarian point of view and
So
not
what
just
I
from
was
a
looking
one
from a
side.
beastly kind of
No,
point
you're
of
looking
view?
at it from just a man point of view. So I'm making you look at it from just human beings. So it happen both ways. It happened both ways.
I did say that, you
in
didn't work
in
this
the interest of the individual not losing their sanity. That's what I'm saying. You have to have certain gauge set up for yourself as an individual.
So I'm not supposed to be mentally disabled if things like that happen.
Well, think about it. If you become mentally disabled, right? Who really suffers here?
Me?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yes,
And
but
do you want that for
Would
yourself?
you that cause me to suffer until I get myself together?
Would you?
Until I become mentally ill again?
Sometimes you may not. Sometimes you
That
may not
is
be able to get back.
that is
Sometimes
why I'm
you may not be
talking
able to
about
get back on track.
How do we rediscover ourselves? My camera keeps freezing today and I don't know why. How to rediscover ourselves from the madness that we are put through. So that's what I was saying. So we're going back now to in April, going back to May, because I think I lost one of my April thing, but we'll do May. And let me see what May has to offer. Still in May. No, we're not still in May. We're doing May right now. We're doing May here. Let's go. Here comes May. And we are starting off with paternity fraud. Paternity fraud is a situation where a man is misled into believing he is the biological father of a child when in fact he is not. This can happen deliberately or unintentionally, but regardless of how it comes about, the implications for the man, the mother, the child, and the entire family are profound. This form of deception touches not just the fabric of trust within a relationship, but also has long-lasting emotional and psychological consequences for everyone involved. So, Jester, this is a serious one.
Very serious.
Very. And I cut it short because I didn't want to make it long-winded. But in a nutshell, there are a lot of us as women, that in a relationship with someone and in another relationship with another person gets pregnant, and the one that looks better gets the child as the father. Now that father takes the child in, grows that child to be his, wholly and solely. And somewhere along the line, something happens, and then boom, Kaka hit the fan. You discover that that child is not yours. Now, things that happen like that is when a child goes to the hospital, some test is being done, or something to do with DNA, and they get to realize, well, Jester is not the father of Claire's child. So now they come and they say, Mr. Noel, you're not the father. Then you ask, well, what do you mean I'm not the father? I've been looking at, yes, DNA don't lie. Now, I may know that you are not the father of the child, as well as I may not know because I've been sleeping with two people.
We've been living a promiscuous life.
I don't know about that. Well, yes. You've been sleeping with more than one person. One person, you get pregnant for the person that you think is the father is not the father. Now, that causes so much pain and suffering, not only in the wife, the boyfriend, or the husband, but the child suffers more than anything else.
Yes.
Because how are you, as a mother, is going to go to that child and say to him or her that, Jester is not your daddy. But I've been calling Jester daddy from the time I was a baby. How devastating could that be, Jester?
Claire, watch. That is not a this situation to deal with. As a matter of fact, I know of some children that resent their parents for such thing happening, and it happening in a few instances where, let's say, for example, the father of that child would have left, migrated to the United States, and after a while decided to file in for the permanent of that child to take up that child where he is, and then doing the DNA in Barbados, they realize it doesn't match up. A few situations like that happens, Claire.
Well,
I
and that could be
yeah,
very
I
embarrassing.
know of a couple of situations like that happen. Yeah, there was also a situation whereby there was that lady that got pregnant for another man besides her husband, and all along that line that had to be kept undercover. I mean, the man on the outside knew that the child was his, based on the features and everything you could see, but that claim could not have been made publicly because the woman still lives with her husband. It wasn't until he died, the husband died, then things become more open. So these things put a lot of people in a very uncomfortable situation. Yeah, and it affects quite a lot mentally.
Well, I know that Kit Lalsi has checked in. He says, good morning. Good morning to you, Kit. Hope all is well, and thank you so much for checking in for the first time on the mental health program, although we're doing year in review. But thank you so very much. Now, Justin, I think the person that goes through the hardest part of that is the child. Because the person that you've been calling daddy all your life,
Yeah.
say you reach the age of 15, 17, even in the 20s and the 30s, a lot of children just start to discover who the real father. Like they say, who is your daddy?
Yeah, the
They
father
start-
too, not just the child, the father too.
Well, yes, because he has invested his whole life into that child. And some fathers do say that they don't care who the other person that is the biological father of that child. He's not giving up that child to anybody else because that child has been his from the time that child was a baby. And you cannot blame the father. Now, if the child reaches a situation where he knows who his real daddy is and the other daddy, and he wants to have my two dads, you have two daddies,
Yeah.
then that's up to the child. But I think the psychological effect that it will have on the child from the beginning, it is not a pretty place. Because some children should be secure most children should be secure in who they know that their parents is. Mr. Lalta says this topic should wake up the young generation. That is true because some of them just go out sowing their oats all over the place, and then they get this one is the father, and then it's not the father. Now, I I look at it this way, Jester. If I am I am a mother, and I have two offsprings, and I know who the daddy is, right? But if I was in a situation where I was playing the field and I don't know for sure who the daddy is, I'll make sure I get tests done before I go and lay claim to that person, knowing in my heart of hearts that the person that I'm giving the child doesn't belong to them. Guilt should kill you in the first place.
Now, if it is me, right,
Mm-hmm.
as the father who claim for that child,
Mm-hmm.
right, and I would have looked after that child from birth up to a certain age,
Mm-hmm.
let's say into the teens,
Mm-hmm.
and that new discovery comes out
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not the biological father,
What are you gonna do?
I would not quit the relationship with that child.
No, you
I
shouldn't.
wouldn't. I
Because
definitely
it is
wouldn't.
more devastating.
I will
Yeah.
accept that I'm not the biological father, but I believe that I will get a lot more respect from that child. As a matter of fact, that child might even tend to look out for me later on in life, maybe than the biological father.
Well, some of them never gave
You
up.
understand what I'm
They
saying?
never gave up the man that looked after them
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
to their
yeah.
biological father. You know.
I think it would be worse for you as that person to just sideline that child and just just wreck your relationship with that child. That is not the best thing to do at all. You should maintain that relationship, and a lot of respect will be given to you from that child. You
And how?
understand? And it might be a whole heaping set of guilt again too from the real biological father, because he probably must have known that the child was his from and never really pay no heed, pay no mind. And I don't know, but my thing is to encourage you. If any man find himself in that situation, you see, if he did it very early, like let's say after 4 years of the child, 5 years, you know, eight, I could probably see, well, okay, let me take that side, like because the child is pretty young still, you know. So that might give you, the child may not know much yet, and then he could really foster that relationship with the real biological father. So you could not sideline yourself for that to happen. But if a child reach like 18, 19, and then you discover, then it's no sense. It's just
It's a
maintain
lot of
that.
hatred.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
hatred
yeah,
that
yeah,
goes around.
yeah.
The mother is bad. Um, Chance again just says so true, Jester, because the child is not the problem, and the child is never the problem.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
the parent, the
Yeah.
mother that is the problem, really, in that sense. Because if you don't know, as I say, if you but then again, if you're sleeping with more than one person, you know you're playing Russian roulette with your life, and chances are one of them is going to be the father.
Yeah.
So you have to be true to yourself and go get tested or do something or say something early that is going to keep that heartache that your children is going through. Because let me tell you, I know of children that end up in that situation and they won't get married, they won't have children, they won't have any relationship, and their whole life is spoiled, just
Yeah.
because someone wasn't being honest with them in the beginning.
But as you grow up in life, you tend to see things quite different. Back then, we probably men would have want to kick some that. Oh, you get a 6 for a 9, and something to go. But as I look through a different lens of life now, I realize, hey, it was no fault of yours
Of
as a
who?
man. You're given
Oh, okay.
the child that really not yours. That was no fault of yours, and I believe, as I see, you mind that child to reach up to a teenager. Why break from that relationship? I believe more respect would be given to you, not just from that child, but maybe other members of society as well. You think,
But I
yeah,
don't.
I'm seeing it that way now. About 25 years ago, I would have seen it different. I would have probably want to kick some on a man like that he go through. But no, I've seen it quite different now, looking through a different lens.
When you see the thing about it, yes, the father didn't know about the child in one way. But what about the father that is not the biological father of that child? You know, a lot of them, they couldn't handle
Yeah.
the thing that I am not the child's father.
Yeah.
I did, and some of them, they just cut
And
themselves.
it's
That
because of the talk out there too, you know. So you gotta be strong. You see, sometimes is the talk being thrown at them from members within the society. You know what they tend to tell them.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, you mind a child that
oh
is not your
yeah,
fault. That
yeah,
yes, you are stupid and this
yeah,
and that.
yeah.
But I do not think
You
about
know,
the emotional bond
yeah,
that already took place between that father and that
exactly.
child. Because that father went all out and loved the child as though it's belonging to him because this is what he was given. So we are doing all this today. As Kit says, that's for the young generation, you know, to wake up. But it is a serious thing when a child is given a father that is not his and later on discover that this is what it is, and it's like I've been lied to all my life. So this is paternity fraud. So we're going back to May now, and it's the other one. Let's go. Still in May, we're doing absent fathers, effects on daughters. In the development of a child, both mother and father play unique and crucial roles. However, when one is missing, it can leave lasting impacts on the child. This blog aims to delve into the less discussed topics of absent fathers' effects on daughters. As the proverb says, it takes a village to raise a child. But what happens when one key figure from that village is missing? Understanding the concept of absent fathers. When we talk about absent fathers, the phrase encompasses more than those who are physically absent due to circumstances such as death, separation, or divorce. It also includes fathers who, despite being physically present, are emotionally unavailable or fail to fulfill their paternal duties. This lack of emotional and physical engagement can result in significant gaps in their daughter's upbringing. These gaps can further lead to a range of effects such as emotional disturbances, mental health issues, and even adverse impacts on educational achievements and relationship patterns. It's essential to broaden our understanding of this concept to recognize and address the varying degrees and types of paternal absence and the corresponding impacts they can have on a daughter's life. Back in your plate.
Yes,
Back in your plate.
I really do believe that a father figure in a daughter's life is very much key, very important. Because girl children, if you look how they go about, they have that special bond and love for their fathers, right?
Yes,
Once
yes.
their father deal with them correctly, you know. Uh, and I have a special love for girl children. I can tell you that. I I love all my children, but I tell you, I have a
Oh, you
special
have the
love for my
favorite.
daughter.
Then it
Yeah,
comes out in the
I
public.
have a special.
Everybody
No,
hates.
I mean, I have a special love for my daughter. I really and truly. Generally, I really love girl children. You know, wholeheartedly, all to you. I love all my kids. But so again, and that is why a father figure in a daughter's upbringing, right, makes a big difference. All right, and you know, Claire, what really hurts me sometimes is because in some instances, right, because of who a girl child is and the love and bond that she has for her father, some father really take advantage of a situation and do certain things that they are not supposed to do, and that I feel like a triangle some of them for that, really and truly, you know, in taking away that child's innocence. It hurts me, and sometimes just as how you say, sometimes you're not feeling proud of being a woman. In when certain things like that happen, I'm not being proud of being a man at all, and that is what really affects me. For men who take the advantage of, and you know,
There are men, or those beasts, I call them. that has their children, their daughters especially, and I'm not going to name names, but I was told one time that man has 7 daughters, and he says he brought them into the world. He has to test them first before they live out there.
Oh,
And let me tell
please.
you, I froze in all kinds of. I don't know the person that did that, but I was told that, and I'm like, where is the people in the community that knows that this go and not report the beast to the police so that he can be arrested? Because you see, Jester, these
I had the guts to say that? Oh my gosh. What a despicable piece
yes,
of a person, I would
and
say.
you cannot say that is a father. That is an absent father, because if you're going to do that to your children, what's left for the people out there? And let me tell you, there are loads and loads and loads of men out there that does that.
Oh,
They pretend to love their
just sad.
children so much. And as you say, girls have that special relationship with their father. I don't know what it is, but they seem to go to their father quicker than come to their mothers. Boys, on the other hand, and their mothers
Yeah.
are as close as two peas in a pod. I can
Yeah,
justify
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's just the opposite.
Yes, my daughter and her father had that bond like iron. She loves her dad and everything's her dad. And I don't want her to say, wait a minute. No, I'm not part of that equation that I bring you in here, But I know it is not that she doesn't love me, but it's the bond that she has with her father. She goes places with him. And, they did a lot of stuff together. When he passed, I know she hasn't gotten over it as yet. I know that for a fact because last month was 7 years since he passed, and I sent her a message, and she says, "Mom, I'm missing him in waves." And
Yeah,
I know what that means, and I know it feels for
yeah.
her, and everything like that. So when a girl have this thing for their father, it is not a sexual thing. So don't take advantage of your daughters because they're close to you and making them feel that daddy loves you so much. So this is the thing that daddy's going to do to make it. No,
You don't rob them of their innocence.
exactly. And then when they reach at a certain age and they realize that this is not what it's supposed to be, it's two things. They become promiscuous or they hate men with a passion.
Yeah.
Do not take this away from your child. In that case, be an absent father. Do not be in their life. Let the mother struggle, as they say, suck salt and look after her children. But you cannot, in your wildest dream and in my wildest dream, take advantage of the daughters that you bring forward into this world and have them yourself.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Partner, I understand why some people just take the law into their own hands. Some mothers take the law into their own and
Yeah.
wipe out those suckers and say to the judge, here I am, do what you want with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because it is not when the girls grow up or when they hear other people talking about the relationship that they have with their father, which is not erotic and it is not that kind of way, they know that something is wrong. Something really went wrong in the relationship that they have with their father.
'Cause I still do not feel that the laws that governs for such
Is stringent
is
enough?
stringent enough. What the punishment for doing such? I don't think a man would not want to make that mistake of wanting to do something, committing such act. Trust me. I really don't think that it's stringent enough.
There are some fathers that are present in their children's lives so much, and you can tell them, eh? Say it's my daughter. I'm the man, and it's my daughter, and you tell yourself that you like my daughter. The way that he'll look at you, the way that he'll treat you and threaten you. Do not touch my daughter. And they're always under their wing. And I'm not saying that the father is not supposed to protect the child, but there's protection and there is protection. You understand? And the way some of them protect their girls, you know that it is not a normal something. But then we in society It's when it gets really bad and it cannot be covered anymore. You see us having motorcade saying that girls are supposed to be protected, and it's happening right
Yeah.
under our nose, in right inside our community. This is when we have to
Some
stand.
mothers have to become more vigilant and think too,
Some
more
mothers sell the
observant.
children, sell the daughters to
Yeah,
the fathers or the
yeah,
boyfriends or whoever it is because they want someone in their life.
yeah.
Listen, I prefer stay manless, husbandless, all this less
A
where
lot of
man
this,
is concerned,
a lot
and
of
look
these
after my
things and them
children.
happen as a result of negligence on the mother's part as well.
Of course.
Yeah,
Because when the child comes to you and say, Mom, Daddy is doing this to me. Oh, stop your lying mouth. Your father isn't doing this. Oh, Dad, Mom, your Mr. This isn't. Oh, you're lying on this thing. And let me tell you something. You talk about children hating their parents. This is when a daughter hate the mother more than
yeah, yeah, yeah.
anything or not. Because they never believed you. Never. You watch me. You know that I'm going through this and you did nothing to stop
And
it.
as a result, sometimes there is no healing to that.
What healing are you talking about? What
Sometimes,
healing?
yeah, sometimes they stay apart for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because every time they look, this is what they're saying. I was looking at Drew Barrymore's show a while ago, and at the age of 10, she was already taking drugs. Her mother used to be non existent. She used to be in the same house with her, but she wasn't present. So she started taking drugs, she started doing all kinds of wrong things.
yeah, yeah.
And this is what happens when a child is feeling like they don't belong to anybody whatsoever. Whether it's mother, because the mother is sitting there and not doing anything, and the father is having the time of their life with me. How? Tell me, how am I going to be a normal individual after that?
You understand?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's boy, I tell you.
So, this is me. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we shall be right back. Time is a flying on us, Jester.
Yes.
And what happened to
What?
those people and them that is supposed to call us, Jester? Where them?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices
At
come.
Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418
Welcome to Take 5,
1845.
your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
And we got to come back real fast because just the time is running on us right here with this thing. I didn't think that it was going to be so, have so much emotions going on here. So we are in the month of June, heading there. And let's see what we have in June. Let me see if I get the first one properly. We are now headed into the 6th month of the year, June. And to begin, we'll talk about loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a universal human emotion that is both complex and unique to each individual because it has no single common cause preventing and treating this potentially damaging state of mind. We are now headed into the 6th month of the year, June. And to begin, we'll talk about loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a universal human emotion that is both complex and unique to each individual because it has no single common cause preventing and treating this potentially damaging state of mind can vary dramatically. For example, a lonely child who struggles to make friends at school has different needs than a lonely old adult whose spouse has secretly died. Researchers suggest that loneliness is associated with social isolation, poor social skills, introversion, and depression. Loneliness, according to many experts, is not necessarily about being alone. Instead, if you feel alone and isolated, then that is how loneliness plays into your state of mind. So, lonely. Are you lonely?
Of course not.
Okay. So you see, as it says self-explanatory. There are things that we do that allow loneliness to become part of our life. And I know for one thing that lonely people always want people around them because they cannot stand their own self, their own space. They want to be with everybody else so they feel less lonely. On the other hand, lonesomeness, you can you can have lonesomeness because you choose to be lonesome. But I promise myself that I will never be lonely because it is a disease that sucks the delight out of you. So all the people out there that knows what's going on and you feel that you are lonely, wake up. Do different things. Go to what do you call it, to community groups. Call this person. Talk to someone. Do different things that is going to curb the feeling of loneliness so that you wouldn't have to be by yourself.
Get active.
There you go. So we're going to silence now. Let us continue with Jewel. Situations in life where the best thing to do is remain silent. There's a fine line between adding value to a conversation and just adding noise. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay quiet. It might seem counterintuitive, especially when you feel the need to voice your opinion or defend your position. But psychology suggests that there are circumstances where silence is the best response. It is not about being passive or disinterested, but about understanding the power of thoughtful silence. So, silence Jester. Sometimes some of us, we like to make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
We like to talk. And sometimes when we talk at the wrong time. We say the wrong thing. So, as it says, there's a very thin line between silence and not speaking. So sometimes you really have to check to see what I say. Would it make a difference, or would it put me in trouble, or would it cause things to happen that does not need to happen? We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning, CJ, and good morning, Jester. Good morning, all listeners.
Good morning
Good
Happy
to you.
morning.
Tuesday.
Thank you.
Good morning. I think it's an excellent idea doing the year in review.
Thank you.
So I was thinking which were my favorite programs that we discussed. And one of my favorite was do parents have favorite among their children?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my favorite because it was my lived experience. I was my mom's favorite.
Okay.
And my mom was very blatant about it. She didn't care if the others noticed or whatever they said.
I hear you.
But I'm very grateful to my siblings that they didn't take offense
Yeah.
about it. Even today they still call me Queen Lorna because they said I was my mom's favorite.
I hear you. I know that too.
So, yeah. But parents still have to be careful. They shouldn't be blatant about it. I wouldn't go about it the way my mom did. Even if you have a favorite, which you probably will, you still have to try to treat all equally as much as you can. And then another one of my favorite topics was the one on happiness.
Yes.
Because it just reaffirmed my conviction that you can choose to be happy. You can take steps in your life, to make sure that whatever you're going through, that you are at the end happy. And then another one, I don't think you mentioned that one yet, but was about estate planning, about
Oh,
urging
yes.
parents
Yes.
to make a will. So all in all, there were great topics.
Are you there?
Things will
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
be
Yes.
about.
Thank you
So
so
have a
very much.
great day
Thank
and
you. Talk to you soon.
okay.
So
Okay.
Yes.
Rana, before
Yes.
you
Okay.
run off, I would like to wish you a happy new year in advance.
I think Lorna hang up
Oh, she had a
already.
Thank
line.
you.
Oh, she there.
Oh, she's there. Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
I would
and
like to wish you
all
the
the
very
best.
best. Yeah.
Yes. Okay then.
Right. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah. Bye.
Yes, so that's it. Um, so now we go into, we talk about, where we just, we talk about loneliness, and we into July, yeah?
Yeah, July.
Okay. So here it goes here. We are still in the hottest month of the year, and let's focus on what we didn't know growing up and how it affects us mentally. What is different about growing up today than when you were a child? I will start by saying that kids of my generation were more resourceful, could take disappointment better, and were typically more patient and also more physically fit. Children today are smarter and grow up much faster, have more fragile emotions, and are not quite as adept in social situations. Childhood is a magical time, but its essence has shifted dramatically over the years. The simple pleasures of yesterday's long afternoons playing outdoors, uninstructed adventures, and imaginative games have been replaced by screen time, scheduled activities, and a vastly different way of growing up. The difference in childhood now compared to the past are striking, particularly when we explore how kids spend their time, socialize, and play. Let's take a closer look at how childhood has evolved, highlighting the contrast between the open-air freedom of the past and the digital-heavy reality of today. Mental health and stress. The past. Childhood in the past was often seen as carefree, with fewer pressures and expectations. Children had the space to grow and learn at their own pace. Today, modern children face stress from a young age with academic pressures, social comparisons on social media, and the constant stimulation of digital life. These challenges have contributed to a rise in childhood anxiety and depression. The difference in childhood now compared to the past reminds us of the importance of giving children the tools to navigate their stresses while preserving their joy curiously. In conclusion, growing up without a clear understanding of mental health can have significant and lasting impacts on an individual's well-being. Early education, awareness campaigns, and supportive environments are crucial for promoting mental health and preventing the negative consequences of delay or untreated mental health challenges. There we go. So that's for children, and we know that children do not play as we used to before.
Yeah, there is a,
They're
a vast
fast,
comparison
yes.
with children of yesteryears as compared to today's children, man. And the way what we are involved in growing up, it was more physically involved for us. So we are children of a lot of exercises because some of the games that we used to play they involve physical activity. Let's take for your wrong dads. Um, Cricket, marbles, you have to run up and you go back, walk down back and send up. Chinese skipping involving jumping, skipping rope, you know what I'm saying? But children nowadays they just sit behind maybe the gadgets or they play the games on the electronic devices and what else. So the advantage we had, we used to go about sucking mangoes, going people on the orange. We getting a normal, we getting vitamin C. So right now we have more chronic disease approaching our children at an earlier age as compared to children of the past because that's why they have diabetes, they have hypertension. So just that's easy to make that comparison.
So let's go into September. September. Let's stay in the stream of time. How does wearing a wristwatch daily affect our mental health? Wearing a wristwatch daily can affect mental health by impacting self-perception, potentially increasing conscientiousness and influencing perceptions of time. While it can boost confidence and a sense of being prepared, the constant awareness of time can lead to stress, a feeling of being pushed, and for smartwatches, data-related anxiety. The specific impact also depends on the watch's style and the personal meaning the wearer attaches to it. Watches do more than tell time. Have you ever noticed how time feels different depending on what you're doing? Sometimes minutes fly by, and sometimes they drag on forever. It turns out it is not just the seconds ticking by that changes how we feel about time. How we experience time actually has a big effect on what we do and how we feel, and the watch we wear is a key part of that experience. Watches are everywhere we look, on our wrist, on the wrist of people around us. But have you ever really stopped to think how these personal timekeepers might be changing how we see things and what you do? Understanding how the way we feel about time affects our daily lives can help us use the time we have in the best way possible. Watch technology has a big impact on society by letting us keep track of time more personally and accurately. This has helped us organize activities better and keep things on schedule. As watches became portable and common, people could manage their own time more effectively without needing to be near a public clock. The use of personal timekeeping devices has changed how we live and work, allowing for more complex personal schedules and better coordination in daily life. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good, and how are you doing?
Good
I'm good.
morning.
Season greetings. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank
Everything
you.
one time.
Yes,
If I
yes.
don't get to see you for the New Year, happy birthday. Merry out again. Happy anniversary, everything.
Okay. You're covering it all. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Listen us on the thing.
Listen, you're listening on both places. We hear the feedback. Ton of something.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
So,
Mhm. So, a new year, another year
it's coming. It's not here as yet, but it's coming.
is there.
Okay.
So you close your eye, it's there.
That's true too. Yeah. So you just wanted to call and say hello, happy anniversary, happy
Yeah, just
everything?
called to say yes, that's all I did. I know you all had a wonderful year, and I wish all you all the best for the new year. Maybe some even more, how should I say,
Thank you.
What
important topics to discuss in 2026.
We're trying.
can I ask? What was your favorite topic from us from the year?
Huh. There were a few which I cannot remember. Parenting is one.
Okay.
Uh, the one we did on financing is
Yes.
another. And
Okay.
there's one you was talking about earlier, and I can't remember off my head right now. But yeah, you all had a few good topics, which I believe if people are listening, they will take it into consideration.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we shall chat.
And we do look
We
forward
should
for your
chat.
continued listenership throughout 2026.
So just that we
I
are
will try
on.
my
Yeah.
best.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Take care and all the
Okay.
best.
Bye
All
bye.
right, bye bye.
Just that we are
Bye.
almost at the end, but
But
I'll just brush up because I have to end 2025 on a good note.
Chloe, we have to rob a little time today.
Okay, we're robbing the time then.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
People stay online with us, please, because we are going to be robbing time. So, so the next thing we have, people for October. Here we go. As we fall into October, let's talk about the unique personal traits of people who clean up after themselves at restaurants. Have you ever glanced at a nearby table in a busy restaurant only to see wrappers, crumbled napkins, and leftover food abandoned as the diners shuffle away? In that moment, you might spot another person quietly tidying up their space, stacking dishes together, or neatly placing any trash in a single pile for the staff. It is amazing how small acts of neatness and courtesy can mirror deeper psychological attributes. I've always found these little treasures to be fascinating because they say so much about our values and personal habits. Some people assume kindness must involve grand gestures, but true kindness often lies in the smallest details. Cleaning up your space at a restaurant is a quick, almost trivial action. Yes, it is consistent. This consistency is part of a larger outlook on life. The belief that kindness is woven into everyday behavior, not just occasional big moments. Small habits reveal big truths. Each person's journey looked a bit different. Not all of us grew up with the same habit or perspectives, but we can cultivate them over time. Not true.
Of course.
When you go to a restaurant, so people, when you go to a restaurant and you think nobody's watching, do not be fooled. There are people in the restaurant that looks at you when you're eating, how you carry yourself, if you throw things all over the place. As it says before, you can even get a date when you're in a restaurant eating and the person says the way you carry yourself, then they come and they ask you for a date later on. It comes into marriage and a whole relationship. So when you go to a restaurant, do not feel that, okay, there's someone that is being paid to clean up after me or anything. Do it yourself. That shows that you really has empathy for the person that is doing that work for you. Because believe me when I tell you, doing working at a restaurant or passing and give food to anybody, it is not an easy task because you have to be on your feet almost for 9, 10 hours before you get a rest. So do the right thing. Do what you can to make their life a little easier for them at a restaurant. Now, October. I think I lost the other one in October. So it talks about how does one prepare or protect themselves as they age. And we know when you age, you lose a lot of your marbles, you lose a lot of stuff. So they're talking about the way to prepare yourself is to eat healthy, exercise, join groups, do different things so your mental faculty stays with you right through your aging process. And if you happen to die, you die at a peaceful, healthy rate. So November, it says you can talk about sibling rivalry. That's Lorna spoke about it, where children fight for the parents' land and house and the property while they when they die or even when they are alive. So a lot of parents will see the red flags as to what that child is going to be like when they die. So they go to lawyers and get the stuff all sorted, put all ducks in a row. And remember, the stuff is not yours. It is your parents. And they do not have to leave any equal amount to you to say, I get 50 and you get 50. No, they can give me 1% because of the way they see my behavior before they die. So there are ways to protect yourself from sibling rivalry. What else we have in November? You dress for your profession. So a lot of let me see if I could play this one. If it you may find mistakes in it, but let's see. To remember, psychology says how you dress for your profession can impact you and those around you mentally. When dressing for your profession, consider the following tips to ensure you make a positive impression. Read your company's dress code. Observe your colleagues. Choose comfortable outfits. Dress for the occasion. Accessorize wisely. How you dress currently for work? Though each company is different and every role has its unique set of requirements, there are still some general tips you can follow to ensure that you are dressing the part in your profession. Read your employee's handbook. Ask your manager about the dress code. Observe your colleagues.
Excuse.
Choose comfortable outfit. Choose styles that express you. Pick clothes that fit well. Don't forget the hair. When you're extending When you're expending so much energy trying to get your clothes and shoes to portray you in a certain light, it can be easy to neglect your hair. But unless you keep it neat and presentable, it can end up making you look unprofessional, even if your outfit is on point. Mind the fragrance. It doesn't matter if the company dress code is casual or business formal. This rule applies regardless. Don't overdo it with perfumes, colognes, body sprays, and aftershaves. Too much of anything, and you will be distracting both your colleagues and customers. Avoid overly flashy clothes and accessories. Speak up. Speak up if you have concerns. If you feel that your employer's dress code policy in any way compromises your safety at work, makes little to no accommodation. If you feel that your employer's dress code policy in any way compromises your safety at work, makes little to no accommodations for team members, disabilities, religious beliefs, or gender expressions. I think I didn't edit this one. I didn't get to edit it. So
Well,
what
I
is
think you get the whole
yes,
gist
what
of
you're
the
talking
whole
about
thing
is
already.
this,
So,
yes. So that's what you're dressing for when you're going to work. So let's do December, and I hope it has everything in it that we're going to go. So as we come to the end of our year in review for 2025, we had to save the best for last.
The best way to control your holiday spending, but not just your holiday spending, your everyday duties and your everyday life. Control your spending. So use a budget planner to create a budget you can stick to. Track your spending. Set realistic expectations. Minimize your holiday budget. Take advantage of sales throughout the year. Cash and credit card points to offset your holiday spending or your holiday expenses. Reduce your regular expenses during the holiday season. Stick to a plan. Revise your budget. Change the way you celebrate. And get creative and consider making some changes to your family traditions. Try switching to a rotating schedule. Switch the location each year to relieve the host of the financial burden. If that's not an option, keep the location the same but switch the host each year. How about a potluck? Having a potluck not only lightens your budget but also adds some variety to your holiday buffets. The holiday season should be filled with joy and love. Following these holiday budgeting tips will help reduce holiday financial stress and allow you to keep your focus on the true meaning of the holidays. And as we close, we say to continue to budget wisely on a daily basis. Buy the things that you need, not the things you want. Because as we all know, want has no end. Let's look forward to 2026 and see what the mental impact is going to be on us and how we can change or do things to improve our mental health so that we may be mentally able and stable. Thank you all and see you in 2026, God's will.
That's us. Done.
Yes.
So,
Right. I must commend you quite a lot for the role you play in this program. You understand? Without you, there is no program. So
really?
I'm giving you your flowers. You did a wonderful job throughout the year. And, ever since you have taken the initiative to come up with this program, you have been doing a wonderful job. It's no easy task. Week after week to do the research, to come up with the topics and doing the research and to execute on the day. So, my dear, you did a wonderful job. I take my hat off to you.
Well, thank you so very much. And if I didn't have you to bounce things back on for you to bring me in the madhouse. At the end of the year, we're not starting 2026 with me behaving the way I do. I would like to say thank you so much for always being there. Make it an effort to be a bit earlier for 2026. I know you have your struggles and so on, you have things to do, but I firmly believe that when you're on time, everything happens. I'd like to say thank you also to you also for when I say, just I need to do this and I need to do that, you're always there for me as my good friend. I mean, you tell me all kind of wrong things off the air and I tell you the right things on the air. And I tell you the right things on the air. And most of all, both of us, from us to you, would like to say thank you so very much for those of you who check in every Tuesday, like clockwork, to hear what we have to say. And we're going to try to make it different in 2026. When we say that we want you to give us topics that we can discuss, you are the listener. You are the one that can tell us what you want to hear from us. And then we can do the research and come with it. So please, we are begging you to participate more in 2026. Let me say thanks to Lorna, to Roya, to Mary, to all the people that so far that have sent Jenny, that have sent us topics that we can discuss, Daphne. We really, really do appreciate it. And when we discuss it, we know I learn from it, just to learn from it. And the people that are listening to us also learn from it. So from the bottom of our hearts, we'd like to say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully, God's will, we will see next Tuesday, Jester, is it?
Which will be into the new year
of 2026. So we say goodbye, have fun, and take good care of yourself. And before we go, we should do a little dancing because it is the end of the year and you didn't get any smoothie. I
Yes,
don't care.
I'm
You
not
dancing.
dancing. No, not at
Yes,
all. No
you're
dancing at all.
dancing.
To what?
And you're singing.
To what, please? You're even bring this movie. I don't dancing at all.
Oh,
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I
Oh
need
gosh,
to
you
say.
like that?
Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices come, what's the care? 2 good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find.
so take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truths and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take your breath, take your time. You're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out.
Just
Don't
not
take
singing?
away mental health and
Come on,
matters
say
most. So
anything.
come in close and raise a
Me
toast.
voice
To
over
the
too.
ones who fight each day, to the silent
The
words
truth
they
thing.
never say. The strong you've
Sing.
seen, you're
I
truly
sing
That's
truth
the end
thing,
of the
girl.
year.
You've got our words.
Start.
Okay.
Take 5 with CJ and Jess. Talking truth and losing pressure.
I'm not the way that clear.
Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time.
I'm saying bye bye.
Realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester.
I'll see you in 2026.
We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here, so take 5 and here today.
So
Take 5 with CJ and Jester.
talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
For more information, contact We Noise
We're done.
TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can
Mary, thank you so much for says Happy New Year to everyone. That is from Olovachi, Bonjourno, and Bonsoir. Take care all. We are gone. Gonzo. Yes.